Good morning. Sitting here, as you can tell, I'm just relaxing a little bit. I don't officially start my work day for another hour, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a video here. We got a lot to talk about today, don't we? Um, 1 week ago today, there was basically an insurrection and attack on the United States Capitol. Some people were saying that it was right and fair and it was justice and all this and that. But the same people, and I'm going to call a spade a spade, the same people would probably take and say that it was if we had a president of the other party or the Democrats in the White House that had said the same thing and sent his people down to the Capitol with a charge, then they would be calling for impeachment. I'm just calling a spade a spade. They would even be calling for much worse than impeachment. And so some of the same people that are saying that are basically, the ones that are saying that, impeachments won't do any good and all this and that. They're basically saying opposite of what they would be saying if it was the way that they would have it. I mean that, Anyway, I got a few points to make that one, no matter what party the president represents, if they send a group of people, or if they charge a group or encourage a riot like what happened, it's a riot. It ain't a protest. What happened last Wednesday, then no matter who they are, they need to be impeached. It's basically an insurrection against the United States government, democracy, and the constitutional law. That is what our Constitution says. Now, will impeachment happen? Impeachment's going to happen for a second time. It ain't. There's no denying that. And the House will probably hold off until at least over 100 days after Biden takes office. There's no denying that. Some people were saying, well, that's illegal. They shouldn't do that. Truth is, it's legal. They can do it. They can hold off on that. It's been done before. Not for a president, but for other things. So, we'll wait and see how things hold up. I'm sure that if they remove, if it's going to be a big if, they, the Senate convicts, that there will be legal challenges, especially to the Supreme Court. But the truth is this: if it was anybody else, people would be calling for the same thing that the Democrats are calling for. And here's another truth. I don't necessarily support one party or another. I know I've been talking truth about the Democrats, but the thing is, even the Democratic Party could be something that if left unchecked, can take and get a little bit out of control. We've got to realize that. We've got to say, okay, for democracy to work, you got to keep both, and really everybody in check, because if you don't, then freedoms can be taken away. That's all I'm going to say there. Now, here's another thing. We've allowed one person, I'm going to say one person, with rhetoric and words that were put out there to pit us against one another. And I'm going to say this, I don't like that. I've had friends that I've had to just take out of my life because their words have just become too much like this one person. And that's wrong. I shouldn't have to. But they've been listening to this one person for so long that they believe this one person's words. Some of these friends are people that go to church. Some of these friends have been listening to the wrong voice and had allowed the wrong voice to control their thoughts, their emotions, their words. I'm not going to say that, their faith is wrong. I mean, that, they have lost faith, because that's not for me to judge. That's for God. What I am going to say is that people need to start, if they're followers or if they're believers and supposed to be followers of Christ, then they need to start getting back into God's Word and getting back into listening to the right voice. I'm doing my best to get back into listening to the right voice. Am I perfect? I only know one person that was perfect, and he died on the cross and arose from the dead. So I'm not perfect. But I will say this, I'm working each day to be more like that person that died on the cross and arose from the dead. And I know one day I will be more like him, and I will be more like him each and every day if I do my best. Anyway, that's all for now. I've got to get ready, take a shower and clean up, get dressed. I just want y'all to be good to one another, take care of each other. Remember, no matter what, I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. 143, y'all.